Hello, people. Welcome to Murder of Crows. How are you doing? This is Hawk. Hope you're having an awesome day. What is up, my friend Adam?
Not too much. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. We need to work on a stage name for you, I think, personally,
No.
because
No.
yes, we
No.
have to. We
No.
must.
No.
I'm gonna find you a nickname.
I will not go by it.
It will be glorious.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Let's go get a Looms tier. Welcome to episode 4. Is it 4?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at us. 4 episodes, people. How
Yeah.
cool are we?
Oh, I think we're really damn cool, and I just belched into the microphone.
Fantastic. I'm
I don't.
sure everyone listening will love that.
I don't know if it picked up. Oh.
Where are you going?
I'm
Oh,
going
okay,
to
you're
get a
over there.
loons too. You
Going to
just
get
need
a
to.
Loons
You
tier?
need to calm down. I know how to follow my map.
I'm sorry, I'm just excited. But anyways, welcome to the new episode. We're going to talk about things while you watch us soothingly and awesomely just play a little bit of WoW for you. Because
And
we
get
love
attacked
that.
by spiders.
Well, maybe you, not me so much. But yeah.
That's because I
So
decided. Oh man, I'm webbed.
you enjoy this nice little bit of us while we plunder through Ashton Vale and do some quests and everything with no heirloom gear or anything like that because we're fanatics of WoW Classic. Looking forward to it.
Right.
Can't wait. Which actually was a little bit of news about WoW Classic finally. They made a post up on the forums about it.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, they finally been test running it and everything, and it's I think they stated that they were doing a test run on using the patch of I think it was either 1.12 or 1.14. It was the Drums of War patch
Okay.
from way back when. And I think from the way it sounds, from what I read from it, they're looking to, I guess, take it because they feel that that was the patch that was probably the most prominent and most, I guess, stable when it came to all the classic patches and everything.
Yeah.
And they're looking to go back with that. So it's like they're kind of wanting to keep the same setup that they had with it. I already got links here. How funny is that? Cool. And so it's like they're going to use the patch system of the Drums of War patch and then sort of like counteract it back
Huh.
and everything. But that's pretty much all that has been known, really. Like there's this big, long, detailed post up on the forums about it and everything. But I figured we're playing WoW, so we should totally mention it here and everything since it was like new info and whatnot. So
No, hell yeah, that's fucking
yeah,
cool.
it's a step in the right direction of finally getting some WoW Classic going on, which you guys will totally look forward to us making total asses of ourselves as we actually try to play through WoW Classic after all these years.
Are you kidding? I'll have more fun in WoW Classic.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun. Can't wait. So just something to look forward to, guys. And if you're actually interested in WoW Classic, now you know they are actually going through and actually trying to get the ball rolling for us because some of us have been really looking forward to it. BFA is going to be amazing, but some of us just want that nostalgia factor, yo.
Right.
So, what do you want to talk about there, Adam?
I am actually
Sir,
going to like.
Captain,
I'm gonna hop back on the fucking.
Captain A.
No. Um. I'm gonna hype back on the Fallout 76 hype train.
Woot woot.
Pretty much, because I watched a 30-minute documentary. It's actually on YouTube, and I will actually try to find the link and then link it in the description below. And also, everybody needs to slap me because today's video did not go up on Wednesday.
Shame on him. Hello, Ruinous, who are randomly inviting me to join your guild, even though I don't want to, and I'm totally just going to shame you for sending out random invites because it just shows how lacking of a guild you really are. So,
Wow.
thanks, but no thanks.
Wow.
I told you I was going to do this. Anytime we make an episode, if people want to randomly invite me, I'm going to shame them.
Wow.
Shame on you for randomly guild inviting me. Make a real guild, punks.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm vicious. I
You
am.
need to simmer down.
All
Um
right, let's talk 76, yo. Documentary you watched.
so okay. I basically watched, to sum it up, the documentary. I don't really want to swim. I mean, I
Oh,
will. shortest distance between 2 points, I guess. The documentary was basically the making of Fallout 76. And they don't go into like a lot of detail or behind the scenes a lot, like they don't show any meetings or anything like that. So that's understandable and entirely understandable. They started filming shortly after Fallout 76 was announced, 2 weeks prior to E3.
Uh-huh.
Basically, in the documentary, they actually talk with some of the developers, and since they have never done an MMO of any kind, or any, not MMO, but any kind of online platform,
Right.
they wanted to do it with Fallout 4 and tabled it because of the fact that they didn't have the knowledge, like Bethesda doesn't have the knowledge to do the online stuff because they haven't dealt with like client and server stuff before.
Right.
So they basically pinned it, and after seeing how popular Fallout 4 was, they decided, okay, we're going to look into doing this a little bit more. And there was one of the developers at Bethesda actually worked with two guys at another studio, and I don't remember the studio's name, and I apologize, I should have wrote it down. But he worked with two guys that actually worked some of the Star Wars franchise,
Ooh.
as well as Ultima Online.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And so they contacted that studio and said, hey, how would you feel about, working with us on making this multiplayer? And I mean, like, the whole entire process was really cool. What I thought was really interesting and what I really wanted to like focus on the most, though, is the actual gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they have the right idea going forward, because when they said dozens of people, they're talking 24 to 36 actual players per server.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that. And there was that thing that I had mentioned to you. I think we maybe have mentioned it in one of the episodes too, of where it's like there's really not going to be that many NPCs around.
The
That quest
only
is like right here. Do we want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do it. Let's
The
kill some-
only NPCs that are going to be in the game, like quest givers, so to speak, are going to be robots. They're not going to be humanoid.
Yeah. So it's like, like I think we mentioned it off episode and everything, where it's like, like someone might actually build up a shop themselves who's
Yes.
an actual player, and they would actually sell the stuff and everything.
Yep. What is
Like,
actually
that is awesome.
what is actually super cool, though, is I will say this because they did actually mention it inside the documentary. They are planning on having some macro or microtransactions. The
Right.
the microtransactions are severely just appearance related.
So a lot like Guild Wars 2, for instance. I don't think you ever played Guild Wars
No.
2, but they have it to where you can spend real life money on stuff, but it is never game changing. A lot of times it's usually just cosmetic related things and stuff like that.
It's not pay to
Or-
win.
Yeah, it is not pay to win. Like,
So now the caveat behind this is, so they have the microtransactions there for people to actually like, buy the stuff. But if you don't feel like buying it, you can actually work for it in game.
right. That is cool.
And the only reason they're doing that is to help the cost of server maintenance, in general.
Right.
But what's really cool, and the thing that kind of struck a nerve with me, is from what I understand, and I will have to look into it further, but from what I understand, they are going to be releasing like all content after the game launches.
Mm-hmm.
DLC and updates are going to be free.
Nice. So it's like it's not massively multiplayer online, but it is going to be multiplayer, and
Yep.
it's going to feel like an MMO, and it's kind of going to have that buy to play sort of feel with the game,
Yeah, kind of.
because a very very Guild Wars 2ish.
Yeah.
You buy the game of Guild Wars 2, it's yours forever. and then you're only having to fork out for, little cosmetic-y things that you
Yep.
might want to purchase, or, you know, things like that. And then if they do release like an expansion to it or something, for instance, that isn't counted as DLC, then you maybe buy that or something.
Yeah. Um, one of the developers has actually talked that basically the way that they're looking at doing this is they're going to do um he said think of it like a beating heart, because most like live games like what they're making, Fallout 76 to be,
Mm-hmm.
it requires content, nothing but content, right?
Right.
So what they're planning on doing is um like the smaller updates, like the weekly updates. He said think of those as small beats, and then when we have a good chunk, because they're setting a separate team aside to do like a larger style update, those are going to be like your bigger heartbeats to keep it going.
Right.
And I just thought that was really cool. Like, it was just a really cool idea. I mean, it kind of struck me as a little bit of World of Warcraft-esque, in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that they, are always working on the servers, and then they do like a larger update, and then they do smaller updates, and they just keep rinse and repeating.
That is going to be very cool. I mean, I've not really played the franchise much at all, and I'm really kind of stoked about this game. I love the concept. They have a possibly really good thing going for them here if
Yeah,
they play their card right. It will, honestly, I mean, personally, I feel like it would like change the way the franchise rolls for the most part. I'm
oh,
done actually. I
definitely.
don't know if
I
you
need
are.
one more.
Okay. But uh so I mean, coming from someone who hasn't really played like much of the Fallout at all and has only really watched other people sort of play it and talk about it, I'm really stoked about it. I'm really intrigued, and I don't know, to just be fun to play a game like that and
And
just
to
just thinking
touch
about it's cool.
to touch again on like the size of the map.
Oh yeah, right.
They sent
Freaking huge.
they sent a team of people to West Virginia, and
Oh yeah.
they mapped the whole entire state.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like people are actually like who I don't know, I guess like some people are actually being able to get into the game as like, testers and everything. And they're actually like testing it to see how accurate the
Yeah,
world is in the game. And apparently it is really accurate from what I'm told.
yeah. They actually took like pictures of landmarks in West Virginia and actually incorporated them into the game.
Yeah.
Um, the lore of West Virginia, like the Mothman and a bunch of other things, they actually incorporated those into the fucking game as monsters.
That is so cool.
Um,
You were adding to the hypeness with me right now, man. I'm
they
not gonna lie.
well, and the other cool thing, and this is coming from somebody that has played, all of the Fallout games,
Mm-hmm.
they took all of the creatures that were in all of the other Fallout games, freshened them up, and put them in this one. Like, somebody said they were up to like 75 different types of creatures.
Damn.
Now, because of the fact that the only people that you really will run across are actual players, they don't actually have like humanoid NPCs. The
Right.
one humanoid NPC, and like if you've ever played any of the Fallout games, and I know you haven't, but I'm talking to the audience on this one.
I know. I know. She's talking to our crows.
If you've ever played any of the other ones, there are like the zombie-like creatures. They're actually feral ghouls in Fallout 76, because they didn't want the only like gunfire to be happening between actual players. In Fallout 76, they made the feral ghouls intelligent enough to use weapons.
Oh, wow. That is
So
cool.
these motherfuckers have been touched by radiation. They have, basically mutated into a zombie like state, but they can still fire a gun.
That's so funny.
So that is actually really freaking cool. And then the other thing, and need to stop the hype train soon, but the other really cool thing is so they put missile silos on the map. They put
Yeah, I've heard about this. Yeah.
they've put 5 of them on the map. Now each one, it's almost going to be like a raid. You have to fight to get in, and you have to have, I want to say, 5 keys, because in the one video they actually show the people holding up the keys and it spells the word bingo, which I
Right.
think is amazing. Um, excuse me. So they have the 5 key thing. You have to get those from um they're rare monster drops, and they're typically from events.
Mm-hmm.
When you get all 5 and you make it into a missile silo, you have to work your way to the actual launch button. Now, Todd Howard, the creative director on the project, actually stated that he does not want multiple teams to just be holding on to the launch codes and it become an in-game Cold War. That's actually what he said in the 30-minute documentary.
Right.
Um, so they're trying to figure out how they can balance, getting the keys, having that ultimate power, but not just using it to blow up your worst enemy. Because apparently, in game, when you launch that nuke, you will actually alter the terrain.
Yeah, like it's like permanent
Well,
alter and everything.
no, it's not. It's not permanent.
Oh, is it not?
It'll fade, like the effects will fade off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not 100% permanent, but when you launch that nuke, it turns that area into a high level zone. And if you're not fully geared to go into it, you will
Oh,
die right away.
cool. Oh man, like seriously, I want to play this. I mean, I've not played the franchise, want to play it. I mean, guys, gals, if you're listening, that should tell you a lot right now.
The same building mechanics as Fallout 4, which whatever. I wasn't a huge fan of the building mechanics in Fallout 4. I mean, they were okay, and I hope they improve on them a lot. Which is another quick point. When you log off the server, nobody can grief your build. It actually comes with you.
That I really appreciate. I love that. Like any other games that do builds like that, I hate the fact that it stays out in the open and people can fuck with your shit. I hate that. So
Nope.
that that I like. That I
It
like.
it actually packs up into something that they call shit, now I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, it's like an acronym. It's like it's the word base, but it's an acronym, I think.
Right.
um and then they're also working on, just in case 2 people for some odd reason have the misfortune of building in the same place,
Mm-hmm.
they're figuring out a way of deciding like who gets that parcel of land, because I guess anytime you log on and play,
Yeah.
you're constantly refreshing your server.
Oh, right.
So I
Cool.
don't think that your character has like a dedicated server. Now, like when you and I were to play, I would either
Yeah.
join your world or you would join my world.
Yeah, because I did hear that mention was that they don't want to have servers per se.
No.
So, all right, let's finish this up with a question between you and I. So, if you had to pick one thing, Adam, what is it that you are probably looking forward to the most when it comes to 76?
The size.
The size?
Yeah.
It's a lot of exploration, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, if anybody has followed, and I know that I haven't posted very many, but if anybody has followed my Fallout 4, I actually explain I haven't beat the game because I want to explore every inch of it.
Right?
So, what are you most interested in?
I have probably already mentioned it many a times over, but it is really hard for me to play open world games by myself. The fact that they're probably going to be the first company to put out an open world game that vast, and making it multiplayer to where I am going to be able to actually just sit down with friends and just do like Adam said, explore, find shit, kill shit, and just do all the above. I'm just so stoked about that. And like, I mean, I cannot stress how stoked I am about it. So it's gonna be cool. Like, not really play the games, but I am stoked about 76 people. So
Yeah,
um,
it's probably one of the most anticipated, in my mind, it's one of the most anticipated games coming out.
right? I would almost agree with you there for sure, actually. So, right. So, guys and gals, crows and all that, let us know what you think. We talk a lot of 76. What are you looking forward to the most? We'll ask you the same question. So, what's got you stoked for 76? What are you looking forward to? Let us know down in the comments down below. And hey, while you're there, hit that subscribe button, especially if you like listening to us banter, because we know we love listening to ourselves. We want to
Oh
make
yeah.
sure you guys like us too. And hit that bell too, because we want to make sure you get the notifications as well too, because YouTube can be a pain sometimes. Trust me, I know. I subscribe to a lot of things. But
And
without further ado,
don't forget to hit that like button and show this video a lot of love.
that's right, because yeah, we want to shoot up into the stars. All right, I'm gonna go weird and
Wow.
everything. But guys,
Holy crap.
thanks for listening. We appreciate you guys taking the time. Hope you dig what we're doing and look forward to more.
Take it easy, guys.